Hi folks, I'm beginning this a bit differently because I'm doing a review of a Meerschaum pot to go on a Falkan pipe. That's the pot. Let me see whether I can get it to focus a bit. I got it from GQ Tobaccos. As you can see, I've been smoking it for quite a bit. It's got like a nylon thread on the bottom. That's the Falkan that I'll be using. I've cleaned the bowl on it, but what I always do is put a filter in there. But I don't use the filters that are provided by Falkan. I use a pipe cleaner. Just wrap it round my finger. Get a pair of scissors and just cut it off. Then that fits onto the stem of the Falkan in there, the little nodule in there that the pot screws to. So, and that takes up any of the rubbish that you get. The pot just screws on. Helps if I get it the right way. There we are. Doesn't screw very far, but that's tight. And in it, I'm going to use some sliced brown twist. It's one of the stronger blends, but as it's my last smoke of the evening, I tend to like strong blends, so I'm going to use that. I'll just reach and get my leather tray, and I'll pour out some of the twist onto the tray, and then you can have a look at it. It's fairly dark. If you can see, you can see that it's sort of nice and brown, nice and dark, and it's a sort of like a shag tobacco. It's very finely cut off the twist, and it comes like that. The pot's quite a big pot, and I just stuff it with tobacco. I don't do this and that method of stuffing now. I can usually tell just by experience how full I need to put this. I need to put a bit more tobacco on there. I haven't filled it right to the top, but just about to the top. I don't know whether you can see that. No, you can't really, but yes, you can. Just have a check. Yep, that's okay. So I'll just continue to put another little bit on, just to fill it. And move that out of the way, and the tobacco. I tend to use matches more than often now to light, although having said that, I put them down somewhere, so I'm going to use a gas lighter. I've been smoking this pot now continuously since I got it, which is about 2 or 3 days ago. Now, I normally don't use a charring light, but this is slightly damp. So I'll just reach for my matches to light it. The pot itself was very white when I first got it. It's just beginning to lose that whiteness. It's very nicely carved. This one's got leaves and sort of flowers on it and fruit. The reason I got it was because I like Meerschaums, but I tend to smoke now with a filter, and the Meerschaum I've got hasn't got a filter. So you can get tongue bite with it a bit more than normal. Since I've started smoking with the pot, as I say, I've had it for at least 2 days that I've been smoking it. I haven't smoked any other pipe. Once it gets going, it tends not to go out. It's a very dry smoke, much drier than I expected on a Falkan. I think it's because the moisture's picked up by the Meerschaum, and what very little is left goes into the filter that I put at the bottom into the pipe cleaner. Now, as usual, when you're making a video, the flipping thing keeps going out. The thing about the Meerschaum bowl, as I say, is it's a dry smoke. You can smoke anything you want in it, aromatics, very black tobacco, very strong tobacco, or just ordinary Virginia, whatever you like, and it's not going to tarnish the pot or leave a flavour in it. Doesn't leave any moisture. It gives you a pure smoke, so you get the full taste of the whatever you're smoking, which is quite nice. CQ tobaccos have got various pots in. I chose this one because it's slightly bigger than the others, but not much bigger. There are also some Meerschaum sites that sell them, and they tend to be made of the best Meerschaum. So when it came, it was very, very white, very pure white. But very nicely polished. I know some people will say they don't like Falkan pipes, but again, they give a cool smoke. They're a reasonable pipe for anybody who's just starting smoking, and for those who've been smoking for a while. I like them equally as much as I do a briar, you know, with a briar stem. And they're easy to clean. They're slightly thinner stemmed in the centre than a lot, so you just need to be aware that when you're pushing the pipe cleaner through, just don't force it through, just take it gently. If you're using a curved one, then be careful, because I've known pipe cleaners actually wear away the aluminium and leave a hole. Not very often. It hasn't happened to me, but it has to some people I know. As for this tobacco, it's got a nice taste, or at least I find it nice. It smokes well. It's got a high nicotine hit, although, as I keep saying, I actually don't ever get a nicotine hit at all, which makes it very difficult for me when I'm reviewing blends. The other thing that makes it difficult for me when I'm reviewing blends is when you get to 69 years old, your taste buds fail a bit, and so does your sense of smell. So, you know, I have to say that when I'm reviewing a tobacco. Leaves a nice light grey to white ash, and this will smoke right down. I won't have any dottle left. I might have to relight it when it gets very near the bottom. I'm going to leave the review there of the Meerschaum and the pipe, and just finish with just a bit of general news. My weight's still coming off. I'm now down to about 16.9, and I've just started at the gym. I've had 2 sessions. They're both by the training sessions really, but I've done about 40-50 minutes cardiovascular in one session, and today I did about 30 minutes cardiovascular on treadmill, bicycle and rowing machine, but I also did some weights today, and the circuit that I intend to do is those 3 machines and then the 5 weight machines that I've been on. And that should keep me fit. It should help to tighten up the loose skin and muscle. The trouble with weights is that they don't help you to lose weight, because muscles heavier than fat, but the advantage is that it actually trims your body so you can get thinner and actually not lose a lot of weight on it. Although I will keep losing weight because I've got to get down to 12 stone. It always amazes me how smoking a pipe and doing a video can make you appear a fibber, a liar, you know, when I said it doesn't go out. I've got nothing to say about Mick about updating where he is, except to say that they've cut down on his steroids, which means that he may become more ill as he was before he was on the steroids. But if they don't cut down on the steroids, then that will knock his breathing out. So it's a very careful balance that they've got. But I've let Pam know about all your prayers and all your best wishes, and I think she's probably told Mick, I don't know, but just keep him in your thoughts and prayers, and keep Pam as well, because she's beginning to be really tired and really stressed and full of mixed emotions. I hope you all had a good New Year. We had a very quiet New Year. We go to bed at 10 o'clock beforehand and don't see the New Year in, but we always wake up at midnight because somebody down the road starts letting off fireworks and the dogs go mad. But it always seems an odd feast as New Year. You know, it seems an arbitrary time to have it because the beginning of the church year is Advent. And the beginning of the Christmas is really a few days before the solstice, the Yule, the old Yule feast. So for me, that's really a new year. Although for Carolyn, Christmas is her time because she still follows the Christian faith. I've got on too long, it's now 18 minutes, so I'm going to give up, but just finish in the usual way that I do by giving you all a blessing. May each and every one of you be richly blessed. May the coming year bring all that you could wish for. If you go through difficult times, may there be times of strengthening and teaching. May you be made aware of just how special you are in this world and in this universe. And may you grow in wisdom, in strength, and in love for each other. May you be forever and always blessed. And if you heard that noise, that was my tummy rumbling. It's always bad when you're on a diet. So I'll leave that there and speak to you in the next video. But enjoy life. Live every day. in a special way. None of us ever know what lies ahead, and neither do we want to. But we call the day the present, and it's life's present to us. God bless.